if any of you guys were in the area yesterday at all, or at least if any of you, and if you did see my video, although you probably could have done the following without seeing it anyway, I pretty much gave the message to stay cool. I was not kidding. Like, I am, like, I'm being serious when I say this. Last night, my father and I, it was just the two of us, went up to church in Penn Yan, and that church is actually a very beautiful church. I don't ever want to sell it short. I mean, no church is essentially, no place of religion is, inherently bad looking, let's say. But anyway, yeah. So this church in Penn Yan was actually the place where my brother and his wife almost got married. Why almost, you might ask? It's really because there was no air conditioning in there. Just a whole bunch of open doors, open windows, and fans. I am telling you right now, my father and I, we went to church there last night. I think collectively we lost about 10 pounds of, sweat. Not like altogether. Not like each of us lost 10 pounds of sweat, because I'm pretty sure we would not live very long if that was the case. And I was also not kidding when I said if you jump into Cuca Lake, or probably any of the Finger Lakes for that matter, it is going to feel like the most awesome thing ever, and it did. And man, since I'm back home right now, I can say is, thank goodness for the invention of air conditioning. Seriously, this is a pretty oppressive heat wave. I mean, don't get me wrong, heat's always going to be heat no matter what, but it's the humidity that makes things, worse. But, as long as you just, stay cool, stay hydrated. If you're going to be in the sun, make sure you get plenty of sunscreen. A high SPF number, especially for your face, I think the rule of thumb my mom would say back when I was little is, you can do SPF 15 for your appendages and your stomach and whatever, but for your everything from the shoulders up, you gotta go 35 or above. I think that's what it was. That sounds like it. So yeah, just follow the traditional tactics anyone would use to stay cool, and you're going to be fine for today. Happy Sunday, everyone. Yes, it is Sunday. Once again, I would like to, congratulate the good people over at Lib Supper Club for, not that I was actually there or anything, but, it was the second Saturday in 40 years they were closing, for, a party. So, congratulations on the wedding of that individual. Hope everything was good. And, hopefully by the time you're watching this, you're in a better mental mindset to do so. Just saying. Also, again, Tony Aras is closing in less than a week. So if you haven't gone yet, now is your opportunity to do so. Go now, or if I wish you had. So yeah. In terms of plans, there's going to be a new episode of Watching Wano coming out today. I would like to. Theoretically, I probably could have it at any point during the week, but since the Amphibia is over, but I'm going to try and get something out today involving Watching Wano. Although I should give you guys a fair warning, and that is, the next 2 weeks there won't be any new episode of Watching Wano at all, because Well, that actually is about time I get into talking about, not just the One Piece movie. Well, not just the One Piece movie that is coming out, but, you know, uh, uh, movies in general involving very popular anime. And that is, excuse me, that is, the movies, whether or not they're good or bad, they don't really follow the canon of the main storyline. And, the One Piece films are no exception. But they actually do take it a step further as of late. Ever since A Strong World came out, they would have like a special set of like, two-parters where they'd sort of like coincide with the film that you're about to see. Well, actually, for this one, it's going to be like a two-parter. For like everything else, it's either like a mini arc or whatever, but yeah. So, the next two episodes of One Piece won't even involve Wano at all, so there really won't be much point in watching them. Although, I guess it's time I should say my thoughts on, the One Piece movies as a whole. I mean, if One Piece isn't a popular anime and it does, have movies that, are, not even remotely canon, you should, I should at least specify whether or not they're all good or bad. Full disclosure, I've never really seen them all, but for the most part, up until around, the 7th One Piece movie that came out, or was it the 8th one? It was basically, like the Star Trek movies where all the odd number ones were bad. And then the even ones were good. But, I remember the 9th movie. The 9th movie was supposed to be pretty good. The 7th one was supposed to be okay. The 8th movie is essentially a retelling of the Alabasta arc, which I did see, and they actually did dub that in English. That was, it was good. That one was pretty good. I mean, they underdeveloped the main villain, but, I'll take that over an overall weak villain, anyway. But let's get into the big three, the last three One Piece movies to come out. And the first one came out in 2009 to coincide with, One Piece being, around for 10 years, called Strong World. Now, I'm not going to give away spoilers or whatever, but, I can say that, Strong World was so good. I was like, man, I really wish it was canon. Because honestly, it's a really good story. It actually featured, a villain from the past who actually was talked about in the series, but again, the movie's not canon, so, it doesn't really count. And, yeah. Although, my favorite part from Strong World was, around when the third act begins, it's literally one of the best, heroic entrances ever. Like, it's not as action-packed as, say, when Iron Man arrived in Avengers, when Shoot to Throw was playing in the, first act of the movie. It's not as wild and exciting as that. But the escalation and the background music for it is awesome. So, Strong World is good. Then, One Piece film Z, or Zed, whatever you want to call it as. That movie was probably the best One Piece movie made so far, ever. Because, the action was good, and I'll go back to Zed in a second. I want to talk about the last one, which is Film Gold, which is not as good as Zed, but it's pretty darn close. That's how much I recommend it. But what puts Film Zed over the top, for not just me, but for a lot of people, is normally when they have a climax in one of these One Piece movies, it's big, it's grand, it involves some sort of powerful attack that's going to knock out the enemy in one shot, all that. Film Zed actually takes a backseat. That sort of thing takes a backseat in here in Film Z. And what you get is something that you actually don't really get to see very often in movies, if it involves a fight that's, mano a mano. So, yeah, I mean, I never want to give, again, I don't want to give away spoilers, but, yes, One Piece, Strong World, Z, Film Z, Film Gold, those are the 3 One Piece movies I highly recommend the most. Well, yeah. And, if you didn't want to watch a retelling of the Alabasta arc, I would recommend, I'd recommend that one as well, Adventures in the Desert Kingdom. That was, again, it's essentially a retelling of the Alabasta arc, which, if you're into that, you can. And then we have the new One Piece movie coming out in August called Stampede, which is supposed to feature the widest cast of One Piece characters probably ever. And, I've seen the trailers. Everything looks really exciting. But, again, it's going to be one of those instances where it'll probably be so good, I'll be thinking, man, I wish it was canon. But sadly, that will not be the case. It's going to stink. But, it is what it is. So, yeah. Probably talked about that a little too much longer than I should have. Also, I want to give a congratulatory shout out to any of those who rode in the Tour de Cuca yesterday. Or, actually, I think it was yesterday. Unless it was today and I didn't know. But, congratulations. You guys earned definitely all the praise in the world. You definitely earned all the water you could ever hope to drink, especially on a day like yesterday. And you definitely earned, the respect of anyone who saw it, which, is awesome. That's all I really have to say on that matter. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. In terms of stuff going on this week, I don't really have much. Just, pretty obvious I'm still going to be here doing this, so, making videos every day, that is. So, that certainly will never change. Man, I'm just drawing a blank right now. I don't really, man, it's weird not really having a show to talk. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. Amphibia maybe no longer, the first season of Amphibia is over. But, there are other shows coming out. The Owl House, Infinity Train, the Steven Universe movies coming out too. That should be fun. And, there actually is one show I might start watching that was recommended by the Grand Line Reviews. He's actually a really good channel, by the way. Because he talks about One Piece on the Grand Line Reviews, and he also has another channel called New World Reviews, which is referring to all anime and manga. And in that channel, he talked about a new anime that, I'm thinking about watching. So, so I'll definitely give that a check out. Sorry, I got an eyelash in my ear. I hate that. Ugh. Awful. It's never fun getting an eyelash. Did I just really say eyelash in your ear? Eyelash in my eye. I are totally smart. Yep, but as for me, I'm just gonna stay inside. Air conditioner turned on full. Oh. Sorry, this is actually the first time I've legitimately put effort into looking out my window, but it's actually starting to rain right now. Funny. I'm sure it's not going to be like that all day, though. Yeah, not much else to say or talk about, so, like, favorite, share that subscribe button, follow me on the social media platforms, be sure to turn on the notifications. I am humbled I made this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy today. I hope we have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And remember, if you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. take care, and make good choices.